everyone. Hope you all are making the best use of this lockdown time and spending quality time with your family and friends. To keep you engaged, we have come up with the Kids Live series where we conduct small informative sessions to keep you engaged and updated. Kids Live is an initiative by Kidspreneur which was co-founded by Mr. Amit Mishra and Mr. Shishir Miglani. Through these small but informative and engaging sessions, we try to keep you updated and engaged. To continue with the exercise, today we have with us Mr. Amit and Mr. Anurag. Mr. Amit Mishra dons several hats as an entrepreneur and enabler in the startup ecosystem. He works closely with relevant government and private agencies working in the space of entrepreneurship in India in supporting their startup related initiatives. He is a TEDx speaker and was strategically involved with some of the renowned startup reality TV shows in India. Mr. Amit, why don't you tell us some travel story of yours?
Yeah, thanks, Aditi. This is one of the most interesting, I think, conversation which I was looking forward to. Travel is something which everybody wants to do today. After for 2 months of lockdown, everybody wants to step out, travel. I want to share a story which both Anurag and I we did. Recently, we went to Goa just before the lockdown, a couple of weeks before the lockdown. We had some 20-22 entrepreneurs, and we had 2 days. We had a lot of interesting conversation about business. So that was a very interesting thing. The good part was a lot of people missed out because they thought that the because of the COVID-19 thing, a lot of people dropped out. But I think that was a very good decision, and I think Anurag will agree with that. बहुत मजा आया था और सबसे अच्छी बात ये थी कि हमें पता था कि हमने enjoy किया बाकी everybody after that when the lockdown happened everybody came back to us saying that oh shit I should have gone with you, I shouldn't have missed that. So yeah, that was a very interesting trip, and I think I would want to go back again with the same friends and more uh, as soon as the lockdown is over, and possibly Anurag will be the best person to help us with that. So before further ado, I'll just would like to introduce Anurag, and Anurag can talk more about himself. So Anurag is a good friend. He has been an entrepreneur. He has been an entrepreneur for a year now, and he has been in the uh, call center operations and travel space for a good amount of years. So Anurag, tell us about your journey. You started from a small town. You're joining us from Zirakpur, near Chandigarh. So, what is the scenario right now? What has been your journey till date?
Thanks, Amit. Thanks for the brief introduction, and obviously thanks to you, Shishir, and the team, Kidspreneur, to give me an opportunity to speak about travel on your portal. It's about my journey, I'm from a business class family, but I realized it after 16 years of my job. So that's interesting for me itself. Yes, 16 years back when I started as a door-to-door marketing guy when we used to sell the postpaid connection of Airtel. From there, of course, joining Spice Telecom as a team leader, then moving to another part of India to Indore, joining another company as a manager, and then I've been associated with a lot of companies in the last 16 years. If I talk about from 2002 to 2016, in fact, sorry, 2018. And I've been very, very fortunate and lucky to have the colleagues and my reporting manager I've worked with. In 2016, I think, so from 2014, I'm a part of travel as an industry, and I've worked with the industry leaders um, from the different verticals. And from there, obviously, I started feeling that this industry itself has a huge scope. Uh, while we talk about services, while we talk about technology, but somewhere I think the human touch is, or the personal relationships I believe are missing somewhere. This is what I felt. So from there, obviously, we conceptualized this travel on street. The word itself says the travel on street. The travel on street means that you just think about it, and a travel executive or a travel expert will be there in front of you to discuss and plan your holiday package. Because holiday package is something when you need to give a relationship, a personal touch to somebody. Because somebody is spending lakhs of money, is planning a trip with his or her family. Obviously, they expect a human touch. While the AI and VR will play a very, very crucial role now, if I look at. But yeah, so this is how the travel on street started, and this is what about me also.
Great, great. So I have been, and this is a disclaimer that I have also been a client to Travel on Street. The good thing which I liked, and I think that's where a lot of your customers like me keep promoting Travel on Street, is that you are a very customer oriented person. You're not just look at travel for just the money, but you try to create relationships. So why? What has been the reason for pushing that relationship? And I'm sure because of the service industry, customer is supposed to be considered the god. But what is the difference you wanted to create when you thought of Travel on Street?
See, what I have seen, Amit, what I have felt, and I've been a part of, also, the majority of the companies are definitely focusing upon sales only. Uh, but the service part plays a very, very vital role in your business. When we say service, obviously, if you're able to live up to the expectations of a customer, then being into travel industry, obviously the word of mouth plays a vital role. Uh, and if you're able to manage those 5, 6, 7 days of any traveler, wherever they are, maybe international or domestic, um, trust me, this will return back, and that will in your favor only. When it comes to money, obviously. And so relationship, I think, are very, very important. It's very easy to sell otherwise. But once you sell and then there are services problem and you move out and you are nowhere contactable, I think this is the time when you start losing interest. One happy customer obviously can bring 10 or probably 20, but one upset can take away more than 50 customers from you. So that's why it is very, very important, I think, and this is what being into customer services industry for around 16 years, I think this is what I have learned also.
That's great to know, sir. So much like about you and the industry that you've enlightened us with. We've also come to know that you are a poet also, and you pen down poems. So that's also a great fact. So, like, where does this come from? Writing poems. Is it something that you've been doing since childhood?
Obviously, मोहब्बत के बिना कोई आशिक नहीं बनता. So it is a fact. But yes, I definitely love my zindagi, and I think from there, obviously, I get a lot of inspirations. And from there, of course, I started, writing. But of course, I'm not a great writer. But yes, time pass things I do. Yes.
Okay, that was great. So I'll try to stick to the topic now. So,
Sure.
yeah. So, do you think that the travel industry will be affected as an after effect of COVID-19 in India and worldwide?
So I think instead of will, we should say travel industry has already been impacted. I think. While many industries have been impacted badly, but travel as an industry, if we talk about, will take the longest to recover. Uh, because travel is not a standalone industry, so it is very difficult to define this as an industry. As unlike with other industries we talk about, there is no single product in travel. This is a combination of a lot of many industries like transport, attractions, lodging, airlines, food, and many more. All these have been impacted. And if you look, if I say then travel is actually segregated into two. Likewise, any other industry also, which is essential and non-essential. Nowadays, we are talking about essential and non-essential things now. So this is also in travel. Also, this is how it is. Basically, when people think about travel, then they think about various things like leisure, fun part, enjoyment, etc., etc., which for now is a non-essential travel. However, I think business or emergency travel, travel which obviously you cannot avoid, comes under essential now. And this part will be open first, but gradually. So experience is going to be very, very different now. New norms, I think, are expected to be in place. When we say new norms, you never know, we might see middle seats empty in the flights. You never know, because this is what we have heard in last 10, 15 days. This is how the airlines are planning, but let's see what happens. Arogya Setu app, will be very, very important to keep a track on your own safety. And this, you never know, this can be a new pass in future also. So leisure travel, I think, will come back, but will be back when the fear goes away. And I think the fear will go away when there is a vaccine. This is the time to put human life first, but I think focus is already back on bringing life to normal, but at the same time being cautious also. So I guess now people shall prefer safe travel, with social distancing as one of the norms.
So, like as we say, Paris is no more romantic, Disney's out of magic, New York doesn't stand up anymore. Popular places have recently turned into graveyards. After this, do you think people will be open to traveling across the countries, going out of their comfort zone? Will it be easy for them?
Graveyard is a very, very heavy word, Aditi. And I hope we don't call them one again. But yeah,
Sorry.
if you look at this has been the first time in 24, and that's been 21st century when the life came to a halt, and that be not in a country but across the globe. But I am hopeful that all the countries will work, together without keeping anything related to boundaries and all, and life should be normal within a year or two. But I do believe that it's time now that we start easing up the control and in a smart and a measured way. Because the lockdown can't go forever. Bringing back the confidence of people to travel is going to be the key. Like we heard, I'm sure you must have heard about it. That the vaccine is expected to be out this year. So, and another thing, if I have to add, like you have given the example of Paris, Disney, and New York. Trust me, the domestic travel will be open first, and India is very beautiful. So that way, I think people will start traveling in India first. Then obviously the confidence automatically will come back. But towards the end of the year, if I look at, I'm very, very confident that people will start traveling towards South Asia, which comes, the destinations like Thailand, Dubai, Bali, Singapore, Malaysia, Maldives, Mauritius, all these, I think some gradually will start. But yes, first will be India. And don't worry, we are definitely not into a graveyard.
Yeah, really apologetic for having you such a heavy
No, it's
word.
perfectly fine. It was just on a
It
lighter
just
note.
strike me that way. So yeah, that was a great insight again. So being into the industry, do you think after this pandemic, the traveling will be expensive for the customers? Will the costs go up?
Uh, so since now it will be a need-based travel, if you look at, like I said, essential and non-essential. So the essential will be business travel, the essential will be unavoidable travel. So I think since it will be it will be a need-based travel, so people will not mind spending money. Let's see how it turns out to be. But once the travel is open for leisure, and then if you'll make it expensive, that will be a problem. So obviously, to bring back the confidence of a traveler, you can't make it expensive. The survival is very, very important for this industry, for the people associated with travel. But simultaneously, if you make it expensive, then the people thinking about a next holiday trip will not even travel. They'll have to think twice or probably thrice before they plan a travel.
As we and you know that hospitality industry is an industry, hospitality and travel industry was growing in sort of double digits in India, and a lot of people were involved in it directly or indirectly. So the employment of these people is a thing which has been majorly affected. How do you think can we come out of this, because it's going to affect the how they are going to eat, how they're going to get money for eating and carrying on with their lives, the people? How do you think can we try and get out of this thing?
See, jobs will be back, Anil. Trust me, jobs will be back. See, we also need to understand the way travel and industry operates. Uh, if you have booked a holiday package, for example, for another 2 to 3 months, the company will not earn the profits till the time the travel is not over. So the life cycle of this part is very, very small, and the probabilities of cancellations obviously are on a very, very high side. So this cycle itself, the curve itself is very, very slow and low. So obviously the companies when they don't have that kind of investments in place, uh, as an entrepreneur, obviously everybody must have a thought like how to cut the cost first. When you are not going to sell anything, when you can't spend anything on the marketing budgets also. When you will not spend on the marketing budget, obviously you will not get customers also. This is not the time when you will be able to book the packages or probably the travel. So what will you do as an individual? There are a lot of companies, trust me, they have not, moved out people completely. Yes, there are LWP which are leave without pay. Yes, there are pay cuts also. So, but yes, once this travel will start, obviously it will start with a boom, and these jobs will be back also. But yes, like I said, there will be new norms. Those norms, what these norms are going to be, it's very, very important to understand, and accordingly, this industry will shape up.
We hope that the industry get back to its place soon, and all the
Has to be.
people don't get affected a lot by it. There's one
Yes.
question that our audience really wants to know answers to. You yourself being in the industry, how will you convince your customers that it's like fine to travel now, or it's not any more risky to travel now? What will be your stand on it, and how will you convince customers?
I think okay. So I think more than convincing anybody or motivating anybody, I think it is all about safety. If you really need to travel, and you have to be equally cautious also. Once we have herd community, it shall be like any other flu. So for now, travel only if needed. For now, this motivation will come automatically, Aditi, when you yourself will see your friends or your relatives are posting a photograph from Goa. So automatically you will feel motivated and you'll be convinced to travel also. So it's all about word of mouth, obviously. Uh, but yes, like I said, first step already, I think the government has taken to open the railways. Starting today, the bookings will happen. Then the plan is obviously to open the domestic flights also. The third, then only when you have railways open, when you have flights open, so gradually it will be a new normal for all of us. So this is not the time to even convince anybody. This is not the time. This is the time just to sit back, think, evaluate, plan, strategize, and once things are slightly moving in the positive direction, obviously, that time you have to just implement it.
That's great, and we hope the people get motivated once this lockdown is over. And
Will you be? Okay, so let me ask you, will you be?
I right now want to go out, and have made plans for several vacations in advance right
Trust
now.
me, majority of the people really want to do
I have 4-5 vacations planned. I just want this lockdown to get over, and I'll just rush out to those places.
that.
Yeah, and I think you'll be the first person I'll be contacting, to facilitate
No, I
my
think
travel.
you should say we should be the only to be contacted.
Yeah, you will be the only person I'll be contacting for, help.
Anytime.
Yeah. So there's one more question, and probably I think this will be the last one for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there are so many students who were maybe planning to get into the hospitality sector this year by joining some courses or some colleges which provide them with knowledge for that course. They must be now skeptical about joining the industry because they'll now feel that it's going to go down. What will be your advice to these kids? Like, should they continue, or how would you motivate them to continue with their passion if they're so inclined towards the industry?
Uh, Aditi, I genuinely feel that kids are the actual brand ambassador of travel industry. And I am very, very confident and hopeful too that the kidspreneur will certainly give some of the best in entrepreneurs, in travel and tourism industry. Uh, I also think it is time for innovation. This industry is here to stay. Let's accept that. This industry is definitely here to stay. It's just that this industry just underwent some of the corrections. That's it. Uh, Now it depends how innovative we are, how innovative these kids can be. And when it comes to innovation, who else can be better than kids? Uh, so I think keep them free. It's just that, like I said, it is just a moment. This shall pass too, for sure. This, like I said, this is gonna stay here. So need not to get into this situation or a thought process that it's over now. So this is what I think we need to educate the future entrepreneurs, the kids also, because there are a lot many things to do in this industry as of now. It's an open market. Trust me, it is very, very open. It is still uh, unstructured. There is a huge scope, so I think need not to worry to the kids also.
So I think it's just about whatever I hear from you, Anurag, and we have regular conversations also. It's just about being optimistic. Self motivation is the key here. because
Yeah, I agree.
you're not meeting anyone. You can't expect anybody else to motivate you. The lockdown has pushed us to our own limits, mentally, physically, financially. So what has been your motivation? How do you motivate yourself? I think this is, and especially from an industry which, as you said, is 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 almost dead because of this pandemic right now. Will revive whenever it revives. But what has been your motivation?
So, I mean, travel as an industry is my passion. To be honest, travel is my passion. So it definitely keeps me alive. Uh, there is no point getting negative also. So what will you gain if you are getting negative? What will you do if you are negative today? The only thing, obviously, which basis which you can survive is stay positive. Uh, it doesn't mean that you have to stay positive only. You have to be practical also. So I attend a lot of webinars. I attend a lot of, I do a lot of reading now, which earlier I never used to do. So those things are definitely keeping me motivated. And simultaneously, there are a lot of things which I'm working upon. So we are working on how we can incorporate the AI and VR things into this travel, which obviously can be a next boom in this industry also. And there are other projects which I am working upon, uh, which are not only in travel, but yes, just to expand our own horizons. Obviously, we are working on those things. So when you keep yourself busy, obviously you feel motivated, and then you keep your baby alive. Travel on street is obviously a baby.
Right, right. So I think the closing remarks here is that keep yourself engaged. I think this is the best time to learn, read more,
Yeah.
keep yourself away from laptops and phone as much as possible. Right. So I think these are good points. I'm definitely looking forward for our travel again, together soon. Aditi, sorry, became a little, personal here. Travel. Obviously, I want to travel, travel again. So over to you. The closing remarks now.
Thank you, sir. Also, one more thing that can keep people motivated is planning their vacations after the lockdown, so that they get the best of places to visit once it is over. And I hope you're the only one they contact, Mr. Anurag. So it was a great session having you here with us, knowing a lot about travel and motivating people that the travel is not over and we can travel again to all those places that were there in our bucket list. We thank you a lot for joining us today.
Aditi, once again,
Thank you
just
so much.
I think there is a special request, Anurag. You should end this with a shairi.
That's
End
great.
it with your
So,
shairi. Yeah.
okay, so we'll sign out with the शायरी also. Okay, so the first one actually जो सुना था ना कभी तो वो अपने पिताजी से सुना था. And I think this is what I try and follow also in my life, which is very very important. So long time back, मतलब बहुत छोटे होते थे तब उनके मुंह से सुना था. He said कि ए आंख के आंसू जरा संभल के गिरना, ए आंख के आंसू जरा संभल के गिरना, क्यों जो नजरों से गिरे एक बार वो दोबारा उठाए नहीं जाते.
Wow.
So I think this is motivating itself, and this is keeping me alive, and of course, just staying positive.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
that's like a best closer possible. Thank you so much.
that was indeed
Thanks,
very
Amit.
great.
Thanks, Aditi, and thanks to Shishir also, and to the entire Kidspreneur team. Must say, you guys are doing a brilliant job, and I'm definitely looking for some best of the entrepreneurs from Kidspreneur.
Thank you again. Thanks.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. Before we end today's session, I would like to thank all of you for joining us for this session. These testing times and the COVID-19 situation has created a vacuum and forced us to face times that we had never dreamt of. Engaging kids has become quite an effort who are forced to stay inside their homes 24/7. This Kids Life initiative, like many others, may help in keeping your child engaged. Stay tuned and join us every day at 5:30 for such engaging sessions. Thank you.